You can't talk about shonen anime without bringing up the openings, and Dragon Ball is certainly no exception. Given its super long history in the world of modern fiction, the series has collected an impressive number of sagas and stories, each with their own way to open up each episode. A lot goes into one of these openings, from the footage to the teases of the story to come, and of course not forgetting the music, and some of them naturally get the job done better than the others. Is it memorable? Exciting? Moving? Those are the criteria today that we count down the top 10 Dragon Ball openings. Number 10. Universe Mission. Starting off with the list, a more recent addition to the lore, Universe Mission tries to plunge us into a realm of possibilities, just like how Heroes is fun. Non-canon romp through a bunch of alternative scenarios. Distant Dreams transcends the heaven indeed, as the opening subjects us to a crazy new combos of fighters you could have not seen coming in any other fashion. Samazu, Jiren, heck, this new guy Cucumber, yes please. It's only at number 10 because of its nature as a setup to a much larger and more crazy story, which means that it hasn't exactly flourished yet. Number 9. Chouzetsu Dynamic. The arrival of Super was a special time for the franchise, whether you loved it or hated it at the time, and Chouzetsu Dynamic tells us a story about that one feeling, the triumphant return. The entire opening was telling us, Dragon Ball's back guys, as it shows us how our heroes had settled down in the aftermath of Majin Buu's attack, along with the introduction of even greater foes on the horizon with the likes of Beerus, Champa, and their angels. Even a sneak peek of a new form for Goku. All over, the main opening for Dragon Ball Super makes sure to tell us not to get too comfortable with the new status quo because the multiverse is about to get a whole lot bigger. Number 8. We Gotta Power. We got power, Dragon Ball. The third and final of Dragon Ball Z's original opening takes place on a different tone to its cousins, and most of the others on this list actually. While the others are a lot more edgy in nature with heavy rock sounds, this one leads into a more joyful side of life since Cell's ultimate diminish, with the upbeat music as well as Gohan's having fun with his little brother Goten, setting the stage for more lighthearted saga, or so we thought, as Babidi and Boo come to Earth. Oh well, and another thing, one cool thing about the Z openings is how the group shot at the end is constantly growing as more cast members join in the team. And here it is as big as it can be, and the close-up ending of Goku and Gohan smiling together earns some wholesome points of course. Number 7. Fight Song. This one-off opening from an episode of Super Dragon Ball Heroes is just plain cool, putting you, the viewer, in the driver's seat. It's all framed through the lens of some conspicuous-looking kids going to play a game at the arcade as they join Dragon Ball's latest and greatest heroes in defeating the main threats of the saga, all accompanied by a really badass guitar. There's no harm putting a little self-insert action from time to time, right? Don't lie, we've all imagined what it'd be like if we were a part of the universe too and battling alongside the Z fighters. That's what this opening's all about, just having fun, imagining yourself going Super Saiyan. Number 6. Dragon Soul. Hey, remember Dragon Ball Z? Ask its reboot retelling Dragon Ball Z Kai. This one has an air of confidence behind it with the swelling music telling us that this is a refining of the original story that can handle itself just fine, streamlining that we already have and losing the benefit of hindsighting to give more meanings and connections to earlier parts of the story. This is an opening that knows the importance of the characters we've grown to know and love over these past few years, as it breathes new life into old scenes and update their look into modern day. Almost like a new stepping on point for the younger fans. Long story short, this opening notes its roots and respects them deeply, adding to the whole aura of confidence. Yes, Kai, we do remember Dragon Ball Z. Number 5. Kuu Ken Zetsu Go. But do you remember the Buu saga? Kai then asks us. The second of the Dragon Ball Z reboots opening gives us a new look at the characters in their prime of their lives. With plenty of shots of the Saiyans flying in Yujin, plenty of heroes assemble in 4 bonding villain stare-downs, but best of all, a rare treat in form of Super Saiyan 3 action. Knowing what we do already about the Buu saga, it's cool to see how the benefit of hindsight again lets us imagine how things would have played out differently without the mystery of a big reveals. See you soon, Super Saiyan 3. Number 4. Limit Break X Survivor. Now this is what Super's early half was building up to. The Universe Survival Saga. Coming straight in with the electric guitar, this opening acts like what any good tournament arc needs. It functions as a training montage. Plus that one shot with all of them holding all 7 Dragon Balls with no sweat. There's something pretty mind-blowing about it. It's like it shows off perfectly how strong the team and the individual fighters have become over the years. The whole atmosphere of it gives it a real sense of finality, like the calm before the storm. That is the tournament of power. It really does feel like the climax of Super as a whole. Number 3. Makafushigi Adventure. The opening to the episodes that started it all. This is one of the greats, one of the all-time classics. Not only it does ooze 80s nostalgia, but it generally just all around super fun route through the alternate Earth, providing us with our first ever look at these strange new characters that the little monkey kid might encounter. I'm sure they all continue to be useful and important as time goes on, right? But that's more important than you might think for this one. Kid Goku and Bulma's quest for the Dragon Balls is as funny and silly as the opening makes it to be, which is a stark contrast from the rest of the series. Looking back on it, it's almost like the 80s kids grew up alongside Goku as the series progressed, which adds another bit of nostalgic sting to it. Thank you, classic Dragon Ball. Number 2. Cha-La Head-Cha-La. Without a doubt, this is one of the most iconic anime openings of all time. If Makafushigi was an innocent little kid, then Cha-La would be its cool teenage brother, with the music once again excluding that child of his time air of 89. From Goku and Gohan's journey around the world on a flying Nimbus to those gorgeous shots of Shenron swimming through the clouds showing how imposing and majestic he really is, to those split-second sneak peeks of the future antagonizes, all the way up to the Android saga. This opening gives you everything, and I mean everything you need to know going into the series. It's just such a classic. This is also where the progressive group shots become very noticeable. As the series goes on and on, more heroes join in the Z Fighters. The final cast expands and changes with characters like Vegeta, Trunks, and Super Saiyan Goku appearing amongst their ranks. The start of some great attention to detail. I mean, sure, this is a great opening, but was it the best Dragon Ball opening? That slot will belong to Number 1. Dan Kokoro Hikareteku. Hear me out here. Dan Kokoro may come from GT, but on its own it has unmatched energy. This one feels like the climax of Goku as a character, as he's becoming a fully realized adult with a dynasty and power unlike no Saiyan before him. That opening shot of him in Super Saiyan 4, standing and looking out across the rest of the landscape, it's like he's finally fulfilled his destiny, with all that's left for him being the responsibility of training the likes of Pan and Oop for the next generation of heroes. It really paints a picture with just one pose. Plus, the journey to the west vibes from Super Saiyan 4 call back to the series' roots. Outside of that, it just paints a majestic picture of a wondrous journey across the galaxy, really fitting the subtitle Grand Tour if you ask me, regardless of how the show actually turned out. It just has a magical sense that's hard to recapture, and given its non-canonical place at the end of the timeline, it really feels like Goku Swang's song. Overall, it's something special in my heart. And that is all for this video for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any more videos like these. And I'm your host, Vro, and I'll see you next time. Until then, peace!